Hi. Finally, not a filler episode where I film my cat and dog with a phone for a while. Anyway, yeah, I have a little chance to use this. And today, I thought I'll talk a little bit about people wanting to feel special or superior. And of course, it's all subjective. I don't have a clear goal or anything. It's just like little discussion. Maybe you want to share something. But recently, in various groups, I keep noticing how people in I don't know, like in various places of life want to feel a bit better than others. And they, like look down on others. They're leaving some comments that are demeaning and making you feel bad, wrong, guilty for who you are. And let's say gamers community. Just because I am into video games and like one of the most obvious is like fanboys of PlayStation or Xbox or Nintendo or PC the master race, and everyone wants to feel special about, oh, we have this game, oh, we have this console, no, we have this Game Pass or something, or no, the PC is the best, or laptops or whatever. But eventually, like everyone wants to throw dirt at others and feel special about what they have, even if when there is no more logic, even with facts show differently, they just throw so much at others and just being nasty. But that's gamers community, like anime stuff, yeah, but spiritual world as well. For those that, let's say, hey, I'm I'm a starseed, I'm a Pleiadian, I'm an Andromedan, I'm from this family. I remember my past lives. Or, oh, I've been into this group and all of a sudden, you know, cool, you have more experience. But the same people that might know something make others feel bad and wrong and guilty for not knowing something. Let's say, even the whole thing with taking a vaccine or not taking a vaccine, eating meat or not eating meat, and all this stuff, you know, everyone has an individual lifestyle and everyone can choose what they want to do with their life. But all of a sudden, the person that makes a choice wants another to feel bad, wrong, guilty if something is not happening by their standards. If, for example, I would be into, like, I remember like maybe at the beginning of my YouTube channel, I was more into, hey, change your diet and like pushing the healthy eating lifestyle. I was like, no, like, like that's not necessarily right. Like I can say this might help, but for some people, I've got plenty of females where they share like they've been vegan, they went vegetarian, and of course, individual bodies they react to those diets differently. So some people have suffered from it. They've tried, but maybe they didn't do it right. Maybe they got a detox and everything else, and that was a bit too much, too hard, and everything all at once it just builds up, and boom, it's just not like overwhelming. It's too hard to handle. So it's like the worst thing that they ever done, and they go back to what they were doing because that seemed to work even if it's not the best thing. But anyway, like with all that, I look at like people even that don't consume meat. They make others feel bad, wrong, guilty. Oh, you don't give a fuck about animals. You have zero empathy. Like, no, people can have empathy, love animals, and still think they're delicious. But it's human body, and that's how some people will work. Others might, hey, I love animals, so I'm not going to eat them. And I'm going to stay away from that. But that's like your personal choice, and that's fine. But the spiritual community, we do research about what's going on in the world. Do you know you're right and how many facts you gathered? Maybe from your perspective, and it's all our perspective. Because the truth is just what we believe in, from my perspective. And it can always change. Today you believe this thing because everything you've read so far, all documentation, every single image and video you have seen, and all everything that you've seen by your experience, it just goes into that point of what you believe in. But if that's exactly what you're looking for, this is exactly what you're gonna get. If you're looking for, okay, well, recession, or like let's say the world, like third world war or something like that. If you're looking for pedophiles, you're always gonna find something like that. People watch my videos and they have looked at, let's say, hand signs, Illuminati, Masons, and all of a sudden I catch shit for, oh, like Akvila's holding her hand like that. What the fuck? Now she's into porn. Now she's fucking like worshiping devil. Oh my god. Like what the fuck? I can't move my hand and leave a sign and just do something like that. Like, dude, people get touchy. If you're looking for exactly for signs and aha, she's a Mason. She did that sign. Well, people are just talking and stuff. All of a sudden, it's a your biggest evidence, and you're gonna just throw that story. You listen to that, like, I'm not saying exactly you do it. No, but in general, this is very general video, and I'm not necessarily trying to, like make you feel bad, wrong, and guilty. I'm just sharing my point of view, and I'm sure I shouldn't even explain myself, but I feel like I'm gonna catch shit for it anyway. So with all that, like, I don't know. It's just it's just weird to me. It's just weird to me how people will, let's say you read up on certain articles and you expect that everyone else will know that. Let's say, oh well, people look at like Russia won, or let's say that side won the World War II and Nazis lost, and then you did your research and say no, it's otherwise. And whatever you see and whatever you looked at, you give that information to others, or that, and then everyone else seems to be wrong and bad, and then you hate the world, because how can they be so dumb? How can they not realize? And we hate on others because of what we looked at and what we know. Let's see, even the whole thing with the vaccines. I'm not vaccinated. I'm that rabies person that's like, oh, she's against science. Like, no, no, I'm not. I just need more evidence, and like, please give me more stuff that the vaccines are helping. And if that's the thing, I still have a choice about, do I want to take it or not. Like, hey, when I was a little baby, I was vaccinated. My parents made sure I get everything into my body that was needed to protect me from like TB or anything else. Like, cool. Did I do my research on those? No, I didn't. But can I choose to do the research on the current thing? And can I choose, like, okay, do I want to get it or not? Now I don't want it. Now I kind of read about things, and it's not necessarily 5G or being chipped. It's actually, why was it created so fast? And how can it work so good? And why are like people still getting sick after getting the shots and boosters like 3 or 4 times? Is it really helping or stuff? Like, so, like, yeah, of course it's making things less of a thing. But anyway, big subject. I'm gonna get my channel deleted for this one little comment. I'm kidding. But anyway, it's just like, it's just weird to me. I mean, of course, even the way I talk right now is similar, because I assume or think it would be great if people had a similar mindset to mine, where they would be more forgiving, less judgmental, less into accusing others of stuff or making them feel bad, wrong, and guilty, or saying and leaving nasty comments just because a person knows or doesn't know something, just because they act way or don't act a certain way. And everyone, or a lot of people, or me and certain individuals, it's like there's that neither wants for others to be like us, for others to know what we know. And living with this craving, like we found out, and how can others not know this? How can others not live the same lifestyle we do? Because we see how this changes, how like we might be feeling better, how we might feel more liberated. Let's say me, I got the Yumeho therapy, I got my massages, my body changed, my like I don't have menstrual pain anymore, my spine is getting straighter, like like whole thing with scoliosis that used to be a thing. All of a sudden it's not a thing anymore. And I'm like, what the hell? How can others not know about it? And I started preaching that. But there's that expectation or want or need for others to experience the same thing that I do or have experienced. And at the same time, what I'm trying to do while sharing this is allow others to be at the level that they are at. And while having conversations, I will not try to make them feel bad, wrong, guilty, or less of anything because they know or don't know something. Just because maybe I have read an article or talked to certain people or had certain information come my way, because like I've experienced something that they didn't, and now I know better, and my life shows better. And like, hey, do you need that thing? I'm not gonna throw it at their face. Like it's that little testing the waters. Can the person take it? Do they want that information? Do they want to get better? A lot of people, they say that, but they're not willing to take any steps forwards, and they want to get better. They want to make more money, but are they willing to do certain things? Like the comfort zone is huge. Like recent thing for me, moving out of my apartment that I used to have, it's like I got used to it, and I had no idea how bad it was for me. I said, people that lived there previously, the whole energy, the constant noise of the city and the highway and everything else, I got used to it. It became like quiet for me. It was the background noise, but it became quiet. And now in a new place, I'm still settling in there all of a sudden. I'm like, oh my God. Like it's no longer the motorcycles and the beamers going like the way squeezing the pedal and all the stuff. It's more like, oh my God, I actually hear like wow. wildlife, like little like surfing and all this stuff. Like it's amazing for me because I'm like, wow, I did not notice that what was bad became normal, became the comfort zone. And anyway, I'm just rambling here, sharing, but in your life, how do you deal with this? As in, yeah, you want people to be like you. Maybe you've read something about the whole pandemic or vaccinations or the whole thing with economy and inflation and recession and everything else, and you want people to know that information. And then you don't find them at your level if you think you are a certain level and they're not. How do you have those conversations? Do you get mad and call someone names because they don't know that stuff? Or do you try to like be understanding that they never got into information, they never learned such a thing, they never thought about it. It wasn't obvious to them, and all of a sudden you offer something and you kick them out of their comfort zone because like it's like out of their belief system territory, it's out of their normal interest, and all of a sudden you're pushing that information. Well, not necessarily pushing, but just sharing. And for some people, like they can listen to you and it's all gonna go over the head, and like they're not gonna listen, or like they're not gonna they can listen, but they're not gonna hear it, so to speak. Or they can hear it but not gonna listen. Either way. But anyway, it's like that information just goes like over their head and they're not gonna get it. Like they will hear what you say, but it's not gonna register. And for someone that needs it, they're gonna catch it. They're gonna look at those facts and stuff. So I don't know. Again, just rambling. I'm seeing like a lot of groups, maybe not even in like being aware of it without an intention. They're like appearing to be more superior and acting that way towards others. So yeah, that's my little view of today. If you have anything to share and how you deal with this, leave that in the comments. And if not, I'll see you next video in my next video. So thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with me even with all the fillers, and I'll see you next time.